What's going on, people? This is Shok, and there will be another video that I will upload after this one, giving my more raw, unedited, uncensored, genuine emotions after the conference. There's definitely a rant, and that will be going up after this video. But here is my calm, kind of more objective stance review of Nintendo's conference. Personally, I thought the conference was incredibly underwhelming. Now, if you're the type of Nintendo fan who likes the, as Night Knights put it in my Twitch chat, if you like the high school science fair type games from Nintendo, right, where like it's not, the meaty science projects that are out there, but it's just little cool, little neat things like Animal Crossing, right, and stuff like that. I can understand why you would like the conference. If you were just really gung ho for having Banjo in there and Smash, okay, I can understand. Outside of those things, though, I just don't really see the appeal. Oh, and Luigi's Mansion 3. I just don't really see the appeal of this direct, unless you like those things. For me, I'm not into those types of games. I'm not into Luigi's Mansion. I'm not into Animal Crossing. I like the more meatier, Nintendo experiences, the more action-oriented games, or tactical. It doesn't have to always be like an action game. Like I love Fire Emblem, right? But I'm actively thinking. It's like, like I said, tactical, there's strategy there. I like those types of games. I don't like simulators. I don't like playing as Luigi, walking around in a castle, and scary ass and all that shit. But anyways, let's get into the review. Love Slayer, thanks for the follow. First, they announced Irrelevant Nigga from Dragon Quest. You can ask my stream right before the stream. I was saying that it will be so anti-hype if he gets announced and he's the character. He's not going to look anything different. He's not going to offer anything in the game that isn't already there. Lo and behold, they showed him. It was exactly as I said. He looks like the most uninteresting new addition to Smash ever. Like ever. Any newcomer in any other Smash game, any of the Smash 4 DLC characters, he was the most uninteresting looking character out of all the new Smash characters I've ever seen. And I made a tweet about him June 8th, and I was like, because, add ambush, thanks for the follow. Because a game series might be a great game series, that doesn't necessarily automatically mean that a character from that series is going to be interesting enough to warrant, putting them as a guest character in a fighting game, or they wouldn't warrant them being a hype character, you know what I mean? And lo and behold, it's exactly what I said it was. So that was not a hype announcement for me. I'm sorry. Luigi's Mansion 3. It's not my cup of tea, just not interested, but they showed gameplay. I know a lot of Nintendo fans like this. Like I was just telling my stream, I understand that I'm, a different kind of Nintendo fan. I'm not into like a lot of the more, like I said, kind of like science fair games that Nintendo will make, the high school science fair type games. Like I would put Luigi's Mansion on that banner as well. Like that's not the type of experiences that got me into Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like I got into Nintendo for, the 3D Marios, the Metroid, the Smash, the F-Zero, the Star Foxes, the Fire Emblem Advance Wars, all that stuff. So even Splatoon was a great new IP, stuff like that. I'm not into the Rusty's Baseball and tickle your anus simulators. You know what I mean? Like fucking Animal Crossing. Like that's just not my thing. But I understand that was, a cool showcase for those of you who care about the Luigi's Mansion series. So again, trying to be objective here, they get points for it. I'm just saying I'm personally not interested in that shit. Trials of Mana, they have the Mana series. They have 3 games coming to Switch. That was a cool, decent announcement. Witcher 3 Complete Edition. Unfortunately, this got leaked, so it did kind of kill a little bit of the hype, but it's cool that it's coming to Switch. Am I gonna buy it on Switch? No. I haven't played The Witcher yet. I'm not gonna have my if I do play Witcher 3, I'm not gonna have my first experience on the Switch. Yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. Of course, the resolution looked a little shoddy, and so did the frame rate. So if I ever do pick that game up, of course I'm just gonna buy it on PS4. It's like what, $20 or less, anyways. But that's a huge third party game announced for the Switch. That game is like one of the most one of the most celebrated third party games of this current generation. So it's nice that the Switch is getting something like that. Then they showed some more Fire Emblem Three Houses. They didn't really seem to show anything new. It was more so a trailer to kind of give us more of a glimpse of what the story is going to be like. It was a pretty alright trailer. No More Heroes 3. Okay, now this was like the only time. I forgot I'm not even live on YouTube. This is the only time during this conference where I actually got happy and excited. Of course, no gameplay. Game's still in early development. But the fact that it was like actually finally announced, because Suda's been like teasing it for a long time, and we were super disappointed when Suda first came out on the Switch stage, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Travis is gonna be coming back," and we thought that was No More Heroes then, right? But it was Travis Strikes Again, which was like that top-down spinoff, right? But it's super hype as No More Heroes fan to finally see No More Heroes 3 officially announced. I fucking love Travis, dude. I'm looking forward to this game. Sucks that it's too early for them to show gameplay, but that was the most personal hyped announcement for me. Then they went on to show that Contra game, which looked like straight donkey dick. Like, that shit looked like fucking diarrhea. Daemon X Machina gameplay, and they got a release date for it finally, September 13th, so points for getting a release date. That game looks pretty cool. I'll probably be buying that, if not day one, probably within the first month at least. I wouldn't say like I'm hyped for that game or anything, but it looks good, and I played the demo, and it was like good, but I wouldn't say it's like anything amazing or anything like that. Panzer Dragon, I know that was like super popular back in the day. This shit they showed, that shit looks so boring. That shit looks so boring. I'm a hellish sleep on that. I'm a hellish sleep. Not much to say about that. He was floating around slowly and just, like that. That's all they fucking showed. So that was a pretty bad fucking show. What the fuck? Anyways, Astral Chain. Really good gameplay showing of that game. That game looks fucking fire. That game's coming out on my birthday, August 30th. I'm definitely copping that day one. That was a really good gameplay showing. Empire's Ascent, it's like this top-down LA Noir type looking thing. You know what I mean? Super fucking weird. Super strange. I found it very weird that Nintendo took the time out to actually showcase a game like that, because I don't know, it just seems kind of random and just irrelevant. I don't get it. Speaking of gonorrhea, though, that's exactly what that Contra game looked like. Moving on, Ultimate Alliance 3 looked all right. I've never really been the one to really buy or play like licensed titles like that, especially superhero titles and things of that nature. But I do know that people do love the Ultimate Alliance series, so I guess that was a great showing for them. I think that was the first time they showed gameplay. But if not, then they still get points for showing gameplay for it. That's the thing about Nintendo, is like, even if they don't show shit I'm interested in, at least they realize they're a video game company, and at least they're not so fucking focused and caught up in these CG trailers and shit, and they actually show us the game most of the time. Like I said before, a few CG trailers for games that aren't ready to show yet, that's fine. But when that's the majority of your conference, right? When the majority of the games that you have in your conference are just CG trailers, that's when it becomes a problem. Oh yeah, also Ni no Kuni is coming to Switch, yeah. And then Animal Crossing, kind of already gave my thoughts on that. You guys already know what's up with that. And then they showed Banjo for Banjo's the next DLC character. I felt that they would do two announcements. I really felt like they would do two announcements for Smash, and they did. Banjo is definitely, like I said before, I'm indifferent about Banjo. I was like, oh, if he's in, cool. If he's not, cool. So I'm not like hyper excited, but I do recognize that is a hype announcement for like most other people. You know what I mean? Because Banjo has always been one of the most requested people. Banjo, of course, has a history with Nintendo. He's synonymous with the N64, you know what I mean? So, that used to be Nintendo's character technically back in the day. So it is cool to have him in there. I guess it's kind of a he feels at home type thing. You know what I mean? A welcome back type deal. So while I'm not like hyped for that or whatever, I do recognize that that is a huge announcement. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6 coming to Switch, as well as Resident Evil 1, what the fuck ever. That was pretty cool. And then they announced that not only, because it would have been like, you know, an obvious announcement if they're just like, we're working on the next Zelda title, but they specifically said that they basically announced that it's a sequel to Breath of the Wild. It's going to be Breath of the Wild 2, essentially, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, after I finished Breath of the Wild, I was like, how the fuck is Nintendo going to top this? You know what I mean? And I was like, I feel like the only way they could top this is if they stick with this exact formula and just keep going, you know, from that point. You're like, if they were to like change it up from there, like, I don't think it would be as good. I just thought Breath of the Wild was just an amazing fucking game outside of the weapon breaking system early on, which is really annoying, and some of the performance issues, which they did kind of iron out later down the line. But yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, Breath of the Wild was amazing, and I was just like, I can't imagine them doing anything better unless it's Breath of the Wild 2. And that's what they're doing. I think Nintendo kind of realized that too. They realized they kind of outdid themselves with that game, so they're just kind of like, let's go ahead and stick with this formula for now type deal. So that's really hype. That's really cool. So if I were to give my objective review, and if I were to suppress my bias as much as I can, I'd give it a C minus or a C. Like a C at the very best. I'll give it a C. Fuck it. I'll give it a C. If I were a Nintendo fan who loves all these high school science fair games, a C. Now, subjectively, for me, that shit was a D. That shit was a D plus for me. That shit was like a D plus for me. It was a D. It was a D plus. And I will have my review. I feel like I'm not being fully honest giving it a C, man. Because like even thinking of it object, like was it that great object? I mean, I guess it showed gameplay. It was a good number of games. Breath of the Wild sequel, Banjo, No More Heroes 3, Witcher 3 announced. Yeah, C, whatever. Subjectively, for me, my opinion, that shit was like it was not good. It was not good. But if you guys want my full, real, I'm not trying to be nice to you motherfuckers thoughts, check out my next video with my real Nintendo E3 review. I'll link it down below in the description. But that's it for this video, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.